Alright, keeping my inspiration at a relatively high level, we're going to explore some more of what is going on in the OCG right now. Now, Link Vrains Pack 2 just came out, which means the OCG is doing some pretty interesting shit in their format. I believe that this is just one relatively major tournament over there. Now, for those of you that don't know, the OCG just got the Great General of the Six Samurai. It's 2 warrior monsters, including a Six Samurai monster. If this card is Link summoned, you can discard a card, and then it'll allow you to recruit for a card that has an effect that places Bushido counters from your deck to your hand. Yeah, this card. As you can see, this build is not playing, Six Samurai United, Shien's Dojo, no. We just care that we can search for Gateway of the Six Samurai. Of course, Gateway gives us additional means to search for more cards. You guys know what I'm saying. It's all just one giant clusterfuck after another. But that's not all. You can only use that effect of him once per turn, and then each time a Six Samurai monster is normal or special summoned to a zone that this guy points to, you get the ability to place one Bushido counter on him as well. Did I also mention the fact that you can remove Bushido counters from your field to activate these effects? Why? I've been wondering this for the last couple of years myself. Actually, probably the last 7 since this card became into existence. But why does it say anywhere from the field? I get removing 4 counters is a bit costly, but you've upgraded in the times. And here we are once again. Now, a lot of the big talk was you use Firewall as a means to kind of shit out infinite counters. And of course, you guys know the whole red-blue thing. If you have red on the field, you can special summon blue. If you have blue, you can special summon red. Like, simultaneously, the two of them kind of go hand-in-hand with each other in creating fun little degenerate loops. Ah, man. Also, the OCG has Goblin and 3 copies of this. Someday, we might actually have 3 Yeah, it's never going to happen. And this deck is essentially just the extender of the already broken Warrior toolbox that we've kind of come to know and love, because this card actually exists fundamentally in the world of Warrior decks. And because Isolde exists, yeah, that's kind of the life and times of a Six Samurai player. Also, to be fair, the deck still has Extenderville here. Earth level 4 warrior. Earth level 4 warrior. Earth level 4 warrior. It's almost like we have 2 extender targets already built into the deck to kind of take advantage of these things. But let's kind of find out what this deck's doing, some of the key pieces and things like that. So, 2 copies of Ash Blossom. We're going to refer to this as the OCG Special. They literally made the card a staple by putting it to 2. I don't know exactly how you do that, but good job. Also, as you see, this deck's not maining Max C. Actually, if you Max C this deck, you have a very high chance of decking out, which could be very bad. I wouldn't want to deck myself out. Maybe. Now, of course, 1 copy of Grandmaster. This is the old OG. You can only have 1 of him on the field at a time. I definitely like that they limited his interactions before his time. But, had you been able to special summon multiple copies of these way back in the day, something would have been wrong. It would have been a little bit too busted. Now, Legendary Shadow of the Six Samurai. This is the... We don't have this one yet. So, when this card is normal special summoned, or normal summon or special summon a Shadow Six Samurai monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of him once per turn, so you can only extend with him once per turn. Once per turn, you can banish 1 level 4 lower Six Samurai monster from your graveyard until the end of this turn. This card's attribute level, attack, and defense become that of the monster's original attribute level, attack, defense. Extenders, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta meet those requirements for those hard-to-summon warriors. Bada bing, bada boom, we did it. Now, of course, we have 2 copies of, or triple copies of Kageki. Once again, normal summon, special summon a level 4 lower Six Samurai monster from your hand. And then, of course, he goes up to 1700. This is the original OG of OGs. Well, not really. He's just kind of here to act as another extender. And then, of course, our boy, Kizan, once again, kind of acting in the same way that Grandmaster does, but not restricted to a once-per-turn clause. Yeah, you can control as many of these as you actually want. Now, Mizuho and Shinai. If you can have the other one, you can splash summon it, and then once per turn, you can tribute another 6 Samurai monster, then target one card on the field and destroy it. Mizuho allows you to tribute another 6 Samurai to target a 6 Samurai monster in your graveyard, except for Shinai. Add it back to your hand. Loops. Loopity 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 loop. It's so weird. Then we have one copy of Genma. So when this card is normal, simply target one of your banished 6 Samurai monsters and add it to your hand. And if exactly one 6 Samurai control and no other cards will be destroyed by a card effect, banish this card from your graveyard instead. The thing we care about here is the normal summon, adding of the banish back to your hand. Of course, 2 copies of Hatsume, banish 2 6 Samurai monsters from your graveyard and or face up on the field and target 1 6 Samurai in your graveyard, except for Secret, and special summon it. Extenders! And if exactly one is controlled, blah blah blah, or exactly one card's destroyed, you get to do your thing. Kizaru, this card is special summon, you can add a 6 Samurai, or you can add this card from your deck to your hand. So, congratulations, you get to recur for another attribute of something different than what you have, and then another blanketing effect. Now, of course, what deck would not be complete without the Takum Tumborg Terror Top package? I'm going to be absolutely real with you here. We're only playing this because Invoker's actually allowed in the OCG. Like, Invoker's really good, guys. It's really glad we got it banned. And then, of course, triple copies of Called by the Grave. Existentially, like, you have to play this. It's kind of... You're playing a combo deck. Combo decks lose to bullshit cards. So you kind of have to play around that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to play Called by the Grave. You have to. Like, you want your deck to go off. If you want to lose to something stupid, then yeah, this card prevents that. Of course, we have one copy of DDR. Actually, having this as an extender card is actually really good. One copy of Divine Sword, because discarding that card off of Goblin is really good. Then, of course, the Heat de Resistance. Triple copies of Gateway of the 6 Samurai. Then we have one copy of Living Fossil, just more generic revival. And then triple copies of Magical Midfield Breaker. Now, if you thought Goki playing this card was pretty ridiculous, I have some bad news for you. You're going to continue to kind of see this card show its ugly head for a little while, and that's not a good thing. This is a card that essentially stops hand traps, and that's why you're playing it. Like, you have 6 means to stopping hand traps. Like, you're going to take advantage of it. Of course, one Moonmere Shield for just more equip speed. One copy of Rhoda, triple copies of Shein Smoke Signal, all built-in Rhodas, of course. And then, of course, what deck is not complete without Soul Charge? I love when I draw this card and I can just blow my opponent out because I drew it. Like, totally fair, imbalanced. I don't know why we're not playing it. The extra deck, one copy of Saruja. Once again, you kind of want to turbo through those options, and making this is not a bad thing. Plus, this does give an attack bonus and allows you to splash summon a monster to his own at points too. Of course, one copy of Unicron for those spot removal instances that you need it. One copy of Goblin, the extender of extenders, as I'll say. This with this guy is pretty cute. One copy of Isolde. This is going to kind of get your engine going. Set up any 6 Samurai that you need. Of course, Mr. Generate more Bushido counters. Enjoy your Link spam deck and go. Of course, Firewall, the piece that makes the world go round. One copy of Borolo Dragon, generic Link 4s are good. One copy of Blackluster Soldier of the Chaos Warrior. I actually thought we weren't going to play this, but I guess a lot of people are testing it right now. I guess if it stays on the field, we did it. One copy of Arcana Extra Joker. 3 warrior monsters with different names. Once per turn, when a spell and trap card monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field and or a monster it points to. Quick effect. You can discard the same type of card to negate that activation. And when this linked summon card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, and special summon 1 level 4 warrior normal monster from your deck. We don't care about that effect. We have spot negation. Pretty cool, actually. Then one copy of Rongo Bongo. You make Rongo Bongo, you essentially win, right? You get to nuke everything your opponent cannot normal summon or splash summon that's unaffected by card effects, and it goes to 3k? Absolutely. Of course, one number 75, Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. You needed a reason for the card to be bought out, right? Invoker, of course, Shien, and then the Cyverse Quantum Dragon. Oh, man. When you control Link Monster, monsters your opponent controls cannot target monsters you control for attacks except this guy. Once per turn, your opponent cannot target monsters you control with card effects, except this one. And then once returned at the start of the damage step, this card battles opponent's monster. You can return that monster to the owner's hand. If you do, this card can attack once again. This card is nuts, actually. The side deck here is pretty basic. 2 Gobbies of Brinkatops, 2 Maxi, triple Gamma, 1 Driver, 1 Feather Duster, triple Twin Twister, and triple Red Reboot. Well, that's all I got for this deck profile, guys. I honestly hope that you mess around with this version in the TCG. Kind of get your feet wet. If you're an OCG fan and you love Degenerate decks, here you go. Alright, guys. Peace out. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.